Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is the Lady Designer, and we're back with another episode of our city zoo. And oh my god, before we start, I got so many amazing comments on our first episode. There's so many, I didn't even got time to read them all, but I will promise you, as always, I will read all of them, try to reply to all of them, because I just really love all your feedback. And you came up with so many different zoos I can use for inspiration for this zoo, so I definitely gonna take my time to read all of that and look up images, look up Google Maps and those kind of things. So thank you guys so much for that. Also, a reason that I am not super fast with replying sometimes is because on my computer, especially when there are so many, it's like super laggy for some reason. Like the YouTube page doesn't really work properly, so I rather do it on my phone. So I will definitely get back to you guys, but thank you so much for all your amazing support in the first episode. I really loved it. So we are back with the second episode, which could basically be like 3 episodes in one, not regarding the speed build, because I think this is the very first time ever since I have my YouTube channel that I have a speed build episode that was like more than 7.5 hours. That is like super long for me. And I also don't want to like speed up the video because I know that I move around a lot. So I don't want to speed it up like more than I normally do. So this is like 8 times, and that is definitely the max, because else it would be like too hard at all to see it, and then it doesn't make any sense and the video would have been like super long. So I did cut out a lot of stuff. So first thing I cut was building a restaurant. So there is a restaurant right at the entrance on the right side when you come in. So I will do a live walk around at the end of this video to show you guys everything I did so far. I did see a few comments saying like, oh, can you please do that? And I didn't do that for the first episode because it just wasn't that much to show off. So I saved that for this episode, and I will do that sometimes more in, probably not every episode, but especially things like this when I exclude a lot of footage because it's just way too much. I will definitely show you guys what I did to show you guys the progress, and yeah. So that is the reason why you probably sometimes see some things around this video that you haven't seen in the speed builds or anything like that. I will show you guys everything. So what I also did, I built a restaurant, then I built some kind of plaza with a floor drawing. I'm not completely sure yet how I want to do the complete plaza, so that's like halfly finished. And I also built a more classical bridge, which you will probably see in this video too. So I will show you guys a bit more up close in a later stage how that one has turned out. It took me quite a long time to build it, but I'm really happy with the end result, and I think it totally fits our city zoo vibe we have going on in this episode, or in this whole series, obviously. So what we are building right now, this is the building I had in my mind for a long time to sometimes build in Planet Zoo, and this city zoo is the perfect one to build this building in. And I actually, because this building is gonna take 2 episodes for me to complete, and I am just really curious of the Dutch people that are watching right now, if they recognize the building of my favorite zoo, Rotterdam Zoo. Probably you do, but I'm just really curious. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know what this building is inspired of. Now, the building itself will mostly be the same shape as it is in real life, but the habitats will be different. Main reason for that is because they just rebuild the habitats around this area. They also replaced it in the real life zoo, in Rotterdam Zoo. So the outside right now is with like a lot of netting, and well, as you know, we don't have any netting, so I could have just make like very weird fake netting, which I don't want to do. So in the end, I decided to give the outside habitats more of my own feeling, and just something I just really love to do. And you may recognize like the climate frames a little bit of my orangutan habitat of Mainland Zoo, because I was just so proud of that area and it was so much fun to build it. It's definitely one of my most favorite areas of Mainland Zoo. And because we can't really use the ropes. Well, you can use them, but the animals won't use the ropes. And then you could use the vines, but the vines, I don't know, it just feels off, because if I look at a primate or a monkey habitat, you need just ropes. You need ropes that they use. And if they don't use it, I just don't really feel like using the vines instead, because it just doesn't feel right for some reason. So that's why I ended up with just more of climbing frames and just the wooden logs instead, and to create habitats and climbing frames with those kind of pieces instead. And because the outside building is pretty big comparing to the real life one, I think I have no idea what the size is in real life, but I think I made it a little bit too big. So in the end, I decided to end up with 2 separate habitats, which are both for the same animal. In this case, it's going to be the bonobo, and I decided to separate them. So you have one area for the males and one area for the females and their babies. And there is some kind of fake gate in between on the inside of their enclosure. And that would be like opened up once they want to get like a breeding program going on or anything like that. A little bit of that idea going on. So I will show you guys in a later stage what I did. So the inside is really only for staff only, which also made it a little bit harder for me, because I can't really remember that you can really go inside of this building. There are not any pictures of how this building looks from the inside, so I really have to use a lot of my own inspiration. And I'm not completely happy yet with how the inside is looking. I'm still changing a lot of things, and you will see in episode 3 that it will be already changed a lot more in a later stage. So there's still a lot of things going to be changed probably on the inside. But if you guys have any pictures or maybe videos of like really backstage areas for like monkeys or primates that is normally not shown or not, you're not able to see it as a guest, I'm really curious how that looks. So if you have any example pictures or videos, please do let me know in the comment section, because I think it really can help. Like for me, the feeling I have right now is mostly that it's just plain concrete, a few of a climbing structures, and that's it. They probably have some kind of cages or maybe some kind of path area with cages and stuff so they can really separate monkeys and those kind of things. So it's a really hard one. But yeah, if you guys have any tips or suggestions, please do let me know. Or maybe you're working in a zoo and you can tell me a little bit more of what it looks like on the real backstage areas of a zoo. I'm really curious to hear more about that. So thank you so much in advance. So what we're building right now is some kind of bird cage. I don't really know what kind of animal they had like 30 or 50 years ago in this zoo, but this section of the building is still there, and there is still some kind of little doorway where an animal could have come into. So I decided to create a bird cage of it, even though we don't have birds. I just wanted to do something funny with it. But I think back in the days it was used for some kind of animal, and I'm really curious if there's anyone out there that knows Rotterdam Zoo and knows what kind of animal they used to show in that little section out there. I'm really curious because I couldn't really find it myself. So yeah, please do let me know if you know anything more about the early stages of this particular building. So the other side of this building, which we will finish in the 3rd episode, which is also going to be a pretty long episode probably, is going to be more of the older state of this building. So I'm really curious if you guys know, if you're Dutch and you know what kind of building this is, what animals there used to be on that section. And I try to make it as functional and pretty as possible, because back in the days it was pretty plain and barren and just very boring, I should say. So yeah, I really gave him my own twist, but there are 2 animals that will be the exact same animals as they used to have in Rotterdam Zoo in that specific area. So I'm really curious if you guys know what animals I mean with that. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you guys with the rest of this speed build, and I will see you guys at the end of this video to show you guys around of what we did in this habitat build. So yeah, hope to see you there. It's fun to show you guys a little bit of how things are coming to life as soon as you have some guests running around. So we have the entrance, as I showed you guys in the first episode, but now you can see it really up close, moving around, and I'm really happy with how this one has turned out. So we have some information stands right over here for the people that can buy their audio tours and adoption packs, and this is just something, I don't know, I found it really funny to have these little paws on the flooring, but it's still super plain, as I mentioned. And then they have like this drawing with a orangutan and a lemur right over here. And I think once we have something going on around this, it really comes to life. Let me show you quickly. Like, I really love to use these oak trees. I think I'm going to use this a lot more during this city zoo, because I just really, I already love this during Planet Coaster, like this overhanging, and really give the feeling that it's a bit more dense and that people walk underneath these trees. I don't know, I just really love the feeling of this. So on the left side of this entrance, we have the staff area. And yeah, as mentioned, I didn't use any staff pass here because I just didn't really like it. And I really love the texture of this stone pattern. And someone did mention in the comment section to replace these for Jeeps, so that's probably something I will definitely do. I totally just forgot about the Jeeps, so I will definitely use that. And we're also probably going to, like, I don't know, something like around here with more staff buildings. There's definitely going to be some buildings added in this section right over here. So this is not the end of this staff area, but so far it just looks really cute and it totally fits. So then we go to the right side. Right over here, we have the little restaurant section, and we have like a statue right over here and just some green to give it a nice little contrast. We have picnic benches right over here with some cute canopies, and then we have some shops, and I just really love this overgrown feeling, and it just looks really cute little area where, well, the people use it pretty much. They're not really sitting down right now, but I did see them using it earlier, so I don't really know why they're not using it, but that doesn't matter. I just really like the look of it. It's cute and it's just a very nice and cozy feeling when you come here. And there you go, they're sitting here right now. This is super cute. Okay, so we go back to our bridge. So this is the bridge I mentioned during the speed build video. It's really, a lot of it is custom made. Like, all these are all separate items, as you can see. So it's all small little pieces, just to give you guys an idea, since I didn't put it in the speed build because it took me pretty long to build it. But I'm really happy with how this one has turned out. I think I clicked something. Okay, there you go. So yeah, and the other side is obviously the same thing. So I think we can have a really nice plaza right over here with more green and stuff to really make it look nice and cute and cozy. So yeah, when the people come here, then you will get this idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the trees over here, but I do want to have some kind of flower beds or just bushes and some green to make it a little bit more dense, even though we have a very big path section going on right over here. And then we get to the Bonobo Habitat, and I think the males are in this section, and on the other side we have the females. And this is the bird cage. I really like this wall, like using these stripes over here, and I wish I did that on this section too. I might redo that in a later stage, but to give you guys an idea, I really love the textures of this. It's so much more alive compared to this plain wall. So yeah, it's a very nice idea to just use these little pieces to create a little bit of texture on the building itself. And so then we have this bird cage. Now, it will be really fun to just have some kind of birds in here, but yeah, well, we don't have birds. Please, fingers crossed for some birds. That would be really amazing. So we go around here, we have this bonobo section with just like, as I mentioned, it's mostly inspired of the orangutan habitat, more of like a building and just a lot of stuff for them to climb. And obviously they can climb the trees and they can eat their food here so that people can see them pretty up close. I don't really see people complain about the viewing, so that is pretty good so far. And the staff member is also able to use everything, which is, well, kind of important. If you don't have your staff being able to walk everywhere, it's gonna be a hot mess, and you just want to avoid that. So we have a different section right over here, and this is for the females and the babies, just a different type of layout and just for some variation in these habitats. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. We have even, for the realistic part, we even have this roster right over here, and we also have that one on the other side to give a little bit of more realistic feeling, I guess. Trying to add some more realistic things like this. We have some electric fence right over here to try and at least avoid that the bonobos will go from one side to the other side, even though they can't. Like it doesn't make sense that they can't, because this doesn't really seem too high, so you would expect them to just jump on it and then just jump to the other side. So yeah, I don't know, I just try to figure out something to get the feeling that they're not able to climb out of it. And this is still well, workout. It's still a big whip, so I do have to do a lot of detailing on this side, but this will be the entrance for our staff to go in. So we have a keeper's hut right over here. We have a staff room on that side. We also have a keeper's hut here, but I'm going to delete that one and just keep it with one keeper's hut. And then we have this backstage area, and as mentioned, I am still debating on how I want to do this, because you also have to keep in mind that we're gonna have a same section on this other side of the building, and those animals might not be super comfortable seeing each other. At least the monkeys, their bonobos, will not be super comfortable to see the certain animals that will be added here. So I might want to change this, but as mentioned, I'm still a little bit curious how these things look. I did got already a few ideas of people in my Discord server, so if you have any suggestions or ideas, if you have YouTube videos, please link them in the comment section down below. If you have any pictures and you can't provide a link, though, just go to my Discord server and share them to me there. I really would love to see some more pictures of real backstage areas of how we can decorate this. I need some more ideas of this. And so yeah, I just have some really plain climbing frames over here, and these ones, I really wish the bonobos would be able to use this. That would be so cool to see them using these tires. They're the African, I don't know how they're called, African bracelet shapes, and you can just recolor them in black. But yeah, they're just not able to do anything with it. And over here we have that gate I was talking about. So you have a gate entrance on this side and on that side. So they're just basically two habitats, but to get the idea that this could be open in a later stage to make sure that they get some more babies in, like we have right over here. They're just super adorable. They're really cute. So yeah, this is the first stage of this building, and there is going to be a very interesting shape of this whole building on the other side, but I'm not going to tell you yet. You have to wait and see for the next episode, and I'm gonna get you guys, you Dutch people, guessing what building this is inspired of. But I think if you see this especially, you know exactly what building this is, because it's pretty iconic for Rotterdam Zoo and it's super old. And there are two things about the path section I want to tell. Like, you could either decide to raise your path so you can have these wall section like really up close to your path, but because I wanted to have like a big path section right over here, I decided to not go that road. So instead you have a path that probably, can I show that, ends like pretty far away from the sides of these fences, but that is really how I want it to be, and I just covered it up with like wall pieces, and just to give the idea that it's still just one big path section, but obviously it's not. So yeah, that is a little bit how I hide away the edges of the path sections right over here. So yeah, do let me know if you guys like this first animal habitat in our city zoo. If you have any suggestions for the backstage area, if you know what kind of building this is, what kind of animals will be next, do let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like at the video if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe of course if you haven't already. And I just really hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!